Hello class. So today we'll be doing relations, and with relations we'll be taking a set of ordered pairs and putting it into a table and a graph. And we know with ordered pairs the first value they give us is our x value. So we'll make a little note up here, x, and then our second value is going to be our y. And so in order to put this in the table, let's go ahead and we got to put it down. We're going to have our x values on the left every single time. Our x values on the left and our y's on the right. And so you look here, our x is 1 and our y is 4. So we'll put 1, 4. And then on the next point we have 3, 6. So our x is 3, our y is 6. They'll come over to the third point. We have 4 and 7. So 4, 7. And then our last point is 6, 9. So we'll go ahead and put that down here, 6, 9. 6 is our x value and 9 is our y value. And so that's the first thing we want to do is putting it in our table. The second way we want to represent this set of ordered pairs is through a graph. And so the way we can do that, knowing the first value is our x and the second value is our y, we'll go 1, 4, so over 1, up 4. And then 3, 6 will go over 3, up 6. Our third point is 4, 7. So go over 4, up 7. And then the last point, 6, 9. We go to 6 and up to 9. And so now we've taken this set of ordered pairs, put it into a table, and now we've put it into a graph. Okay, so now that we've put these set of ordered pairs into a table and a graph, next thing we want to do is find the domain and range. And you're probably like, domain and range, what is that? Well, our domain is our x values. And our range is going to be our y values. And so all we're trying to do, say domain is our x value, so x is 1, 3, 4, and 6. And our range is our y values, which are 4, 6, 7, and 9. But there's one thing you have to make sure when you write down your domain and range. So if you're finding domain, you put D, and then you're not going to put a parentheses, you're going to put a little squiggly kind of parentheses. Because if we do a regular one, it's going to look like an ordered pair. And we're not putting an ordered pair, we're just listing the x values that we have in the ordered pairs. So we've already said x is 1, 3, 4, and 6. And so that's our domain. And then for our range, do the same thing. 4, 6, 7, and 9. So 6, 7, and 9. And so now we found our domain and range. And now in this example, we didn't have where the x's repeat, but just let's say, and you don't have to write this down, just make sure you have this, write a little note to the side. Say we would have had a 1 right there as well. We had 2 1s in our x values. We would only write it one time in our domain. And so if this was the case, we would erase the 3, and it would just be 1, 4, and 6. And the same thing goes for the y's in our range. If they repeat, we don't write it twice, we just write it one time. One thing I did forget to mention with the domain and range, when we list our values, we want to put them in order. So say you had like 1, 3, 6, and 7, you wouldn't write it as 7, 6, and 1, and 3. You would write 1, 3, 6, 7. Make sure you have those in order, and you don't repeat them as well as if you have multiple ones in your ordered pairs. And so here's your practice problems. You have 4 ordered pairs, and what I want you to do, there's 3 parts. I want you to make a table, a graph, and the graph doesn't have to be perfect, just try and do a little rough sketch of it. I know you don't have graph paper, so just try and give a rough sketch of this set of ordered pairs. And then the last part, find the domain and range. And then once you get those 3, submit your picture through Edmodo, and see you in class tomorrow.